You ready to start? I can do an intro.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Purge, bringing you guys a game from the Avermedia Cup. That's what it's called. My name's Purge, and I'm here with CatZ. CatZ, how you doing, man? Are you excited?
I'm doing good.
How long have you been planning this tournament out here? Because it is sponsored or ran by Root Gaming, of course.
10 seconds.
Yeah, we've been planning it for a little bit now, maybe for a little bit over a month. Not too long, but yeah, it's been in the works.
Have you done a lot of admin work before in terms of tournament organizing with your website, or is this one of the first things that you guys have worked on? Because your team is fairly new. Something in the last, well, the remake is fairly new. That is something in the last 6 or 8 months. Is that approximately right on time?
Yeah, that's about right. We did run tournaments though with the first time that we were around. And to be honest, like this time around, like Panda Pick helped us a lot. That's our Dota 2 team manager.
Cool.
So he got most of the teams to confirm and whatnot. So we also have like another one of our writers and Dota 2 managers, Sean C. He was also helping a lot. I don't know. It's really easy when you have a big organization, but still I have to do most of the graphic work and a bunch of stuff, so it's very tiring. I'm happy we're here.
Radiant
Cool.
team pick.
I love your overlay, by the way. I like how it says the Radiant in the Dire. That's very cool.
Thank you.
I'll have to maybe tell everybody to start doing that now. It's very smart,
Dire
actually.
team pick.
Okay, cool. Let's look at the picks quick. We're watching Pulse versus NoTideHunter. If you guys don't know anything about NoTideHunter, I'll go over talk about the teams a bit. NoTideHunter is
That's crazy.
yeah, it's going all over the place. NoTideHunter is a fairly new team to the scene. The players are not new, except for Admiral Bulldog. Actually, he is a pub player. He has joined a professional team. I have been told by various players that he is actually very, very solid. And at one point, he was ranked #1 on all of Dota 2 matchmaking. Admiral Bulldog, right there. Only played Lone Druid, but apparently he can play other heroes, believe it or not. Also, we have Loda, Aki, previously on CLG and Zenith, respectively, and there's S4 and Eternal Envy. I can't remember exactly where S4 was before this, or Eternal Envy, but I believe it's 4 Swedes plus Eternal Envy, and that's Team NoTideHunter, the Dire team. For Pulse, you guys should recognize them. They were previously Skana. They just got sponsored. They ended up playing in the Star Ladder tournament that recently ended up happening. They're also known as Old Infused. They've been around forever. The only difference is that they no longer... Actually, they have EGM playing with them. So this is essentially Old Infused, actually. Except they're missing... Who are they missing? Wagamama is not here. So they have Fishbone, I believe was the addition. Or is it Pinoy? I think Pinoy got added for Skana. And they actually have EGM standing in. So it's like Old Infused without Wagamama plus Pinoy is what they're going to be playing with. So cool to see them standing in for each other like that.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit sad that Wagamama wasn't able to come. But yeah, what do you think about the pick so far, man?
Well, first pick was a Batrider that did cover them against a TA. NoTideHunter decided against picking a TA. They said, well, we're not going to play TA versus Batrider. That would suck for us. And they grabbed a Sven Darkseer. And we have been seeing Sven a lot lately. I mean, we saw it in those pub games that we casted a couple days ago. And there's been many pro games that I've seen Sven drafted as well. So apparently Sven is the new meta. There's no Wisp, though, so we won't see Sven
What
Wisp.
did I tell you? Hey, Drew.
Radiant team banned.
Sven is in the metagame now. Yeah. Nature's Prophet being drafted now.
Yeah, a little surprised to see that, actually. Especially against a Batrider and a Jakiro. I don't really find him being... At least in team fights, he's going to have to be a little careful. Obviously, Firefly is going to prevent Nature's Prophet from ever getting a successful gank off on Batrider. So, unless he's probably just going to end up jungling for a while and then hopefully push things out. I find it unusual that he's been drafted so early, but we'll probably see some good plays out of it. And by the way, since Templar Assassin wasn't drafted by NoTideHunter, Pulse was able to take it. So now they have a Templar Assassin and they have a Batrider. I don't know where they're going to put the Batrider. I'm guessing versus
long lane.
That's a possibility.
Yeah,
Definitely a possibility.
I would guess. I'll bet you. Let's bet.
You're gonna bet me?
Yeah, man.
I'm not a
Templar
bet.
Assassin mid, Batrider long lane, and they're gonna pick 2 heroes to go with Jakiro on the tri lane now.
You don't think they're gonna do an aggressive tri lane versus the dual lane that Nth is gonna put out? I mean, if they do 2 to 3 ranged heroes versus a Sven plus support, they can crush that Sven lane. And they know that Nth is probably going to jungle Nature's Prophet because they have a Darkseer. So that means they could pretty much for sure have a really good tri-lane versus a Sven support, and even if Nature's Prophet ganks, that's not a big deal, because Nature's Prophet isn't that strong at ganking unless he ends up putting you a hero over. I dare say they'll put Batrider versus Darkseer on the safe lane and then do an aggressive tri-lane. That's what I'm expecting to see, at least. And
that'd be kind of cool to watch, Darkseer versus Batrider. I don't know, though.
I do love that Pulse is banning out Chen. I think they might grab Enchantress as well, because if they ban out other solid jungling heroes, what Nth could do is shift the Nature's Prophet mid rather than jungling with him, which would be smarter then. Because if NoTideHunter could get a Sven support lane and a good jungler, like a good ganking jungler like Enigma or Enchantress, then Nature's Prophet could TP from the mid lane. Then it'd be a 4v3 when Nature's Prophet teleports. And that would be where they could actually beat a strong tri-lane, is with a hero advantage like that. So that would probably be the best thing NoTideHunter can go for, but we'll see if Pulse, they don't really have quite enough bans to shut it down. I like how they banned Keeper of the Light as well. Keeper of the Light, great support against a tri-lane, because if you land Illuminate on 3 heroes, you just did 600 damage with 1 skill point. So I would like to, I think the bans are excellent from Pulse, basically.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's when it starts getting confusing. Dota's all good until Purge just goes on and tells you like everything that's gonna happen in the future.
Man, I love theory crafting. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm just theory crafting
Jesus
like
guacamole.
crazy.
Okay, I'll theory craft too. So I think we're gonna see
Dire team ban.
anti-mage picked. What do you think?
Anti-mage on which team? On Pulse?
Not gonna tell you.
Okay. Both teams are going to pick anti-mage. I would be really surprised about an anti-mage pick out of Nth. I don't think they're going to play Sven as anything but a carry. That's how he's been played lately, and that's where his strength is. Juggernaut is banned. They're afraid of Pulse doing aggressive tri-lane, which is why they banned both Night Stalker and Jug. If they pick a carry here, I think it's going to be a Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight's one of the few hard carries left in the pool that's really strong early. And I think they know that's where their weakness is, to be honest. So the only jungle here that's left for NoTideHunter, unless I'm forgetting something, is going to be Enigma. So we might see Enigma pick from NoTideHunter. They did end up banning Enchantress as well as Chen to really try to cover that tri-lane. And that's really what Pulse is trying to do. They're really trying to set up their lanes to be favorable for them. A Batrider is going to do just fine against a Darkseer. Templar Assassin is going to crush a Nature's Prophet mid, unless Nature's Prophet gets really fast phase boots. And then things are going to turn out maybe a little scary for NoTideHunter. And Tidehunter is going to be the pick for... Yeah, dude, he's going to have to play... I mean, do they actually pick Tidehunter? That's the real question.
Yeah, immediately countered by Rubik, too. And there's... Yeah, so...
There's a possibility. It all comes down to the Rubik player. If you're amazing and Dendy and you stay outside the Ravage range, then yeah, exactly. Then you can get it off. And it is a Chaos Knight pick for Pulse. So Pulse is going to do a tri-lane. Tidehunter, Chaos Knight, Jakiro. They're going to put Batrider versus Darkseer, I'm guessing. You're going to owe me money, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. And
$3.
One more pick. $3.
One taco at IPL.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I owe so many tacos, man. I'll just have you... No, man, there's a really good taco place at that hotel.
I suppose Las Vegas probably does have lots of immigrants.
Come on. There's so many Mexicans there.
Probably true.
It's called Las Vegas.
That is a very fine point. Pretty much everything in the Southwest is has some Spanish in it. Enigma is the last pick, so they do go the jungling Enigma. Rubik is going to be the supports for Sven. And Nature's Prophet mid and Darkseer long lane is what they're doing here. So I feel really smart actually calling almost all of this stuff, actually.
You called 2 picks.
Oh, whatever. I was like, okay. I explained.
No, you called 2 picks out of the last 4. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And you only tried to call 2 of them, so.
Yeah. All right, I feel good.
2 out of 2.
And I'm not going to forget my overlay either, so there will be no rage chat going on, which I'm sure everybody is going to be happy to hear on stream right now. We're just waiting for, it looks like, the Dire team, actually, to pick up their heroes. So a bunch of AFKs, apparently, or they're trying to figure out who's going to play what. If there's any weaknesses in this draft, it's going to be the early game. They're going to have a Darkseer and a Nature's Prophet who both kind of lack early game potential. They can push well, but in terms of early team fighting, it's not so hot. And Rubik won't be that great until he hits 6. He'll be okay. Enigma as well is definitely going to also need some good black holes to probably make the win here. So let's switch overlays. Perfect. Everything looks great. Slow this down a bit. And let's go over the players for the Radiant team. This is Team Pulse. We have Pinoy playing the Templar Assassin Regions on Chaos Knight. Fishbone on Jakiro. EGM is going to be playing Tidehunter. And Mini on the Batrider. Interesting. Are they going to put Batrider? Oh my god, are my lanes going to be wrong? My lanes might be wrong. I think we're going to see Mini jungling, actually, EGM in the long lane and a dual lane out of Pulse. So I lose.
So you owe me a taco.
I owe you a taco, I guess. It's
well, I didn't really call the lanes, so.
Okay.
We were both wrong, I suppose. This is weird laning though, especially I don't know. I did not expect that.
It's something I've seen Pulse do before. I didn't expect it here, obviously. Expected him to be solo versus a Darkseer, but I have seen mini jungle Batrider before, and the first thing that really made me realize that something was wrong is that they drafted that EGM was playing Tide. If EGM is playing Tide, that means that he's going to be doing the long lane. Yeah, great ward here. That's because they're expecting the Batrider to jungle. So if he doesn't have sentries, which I don't think he will, this is going to really screw over his laning setup.
Oh wow!
And
see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's crap because when you jungle with Batrider, what you want to do is like kill the small camp while you're stacking the big one.
Yep.
And now there's no small camp, so yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah, this is going to be rough for him. He does have a lot of regen, but we'll see how he ends up adjusting. He won't be able to pull mid, which is the main thing. Normally what you can do is clear out these trees here, and you can grab the small camp and pull it all the way to the mid lane, and then deny EXP from the mid lane. Either way, TA is going to be doing fine. It's actually a Darkseer mid. They're going to put Darkseer up against the TA. They don't want to put Nature's Prophet there because they know Nature's Prophet would get absolutely crapped on. So Admiral Bulldog's going to solo the long lane with Nature's Prophet versus this tri lane, at least for now. Mini is trying to kill some of these creeps as they try to stack the neutrals up, and then looks like Regent's got the last under tower, which is not good for him, especially because he doesn't have a Quelling Blade, but he's doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm just admiring Loda's sword on Sven. That looks pretty cool.
Let's see it. Yeah, the Obsidian one, I think, looks pretty cool. Well, it's not exactly that. Yeah, all of these guys have a lot of items. A lot of these from Diretide, actually. I know a lot of the players in this game, or at least a couple of them, have been some of the people with Golden Roshans. Do we have a Golden Roshan in this game? Nope, we do not actually. But I know some of the players in here have gotten them. So
maybe Roshan?
The golden one.
They both have the devil one.
Yeah.
There's a different. That's the one that you get by beating the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, by beating the record. Yep. I believe EGM got at least one, and Loda did as well, or at least I saw them on the high score at some points. I don't know if they actually got them or not. I'm not sure.
Right.
But yeah, there's the dual lane for NoTideHunter. It's the Sven plus Rubik on the top lane. The jungle is Enigma, of course. Aki actually playing a jungle role, which is typical for him. Usually plays either Chen or Enchantress. And yeah, surprising to see Darkseer mid, but it makes sense once you see it happen because Darkseer is actually very good against the Templar Assassin because you grab Iron Shell and it crushes through his shields very rapidly. So you can actually get last hits that way, regardless of TA having huge base damage.
I have a question for you.
Yep.
So Pulse obviously banned Chen and Enchantress. Do you think that's because they know that Aki feels more comfortable with them than Enigma, or is it because they feel like Chen or Enchantress would be bigger threats than Enigma?
Probably
I would have thought that
yeah.
like Enigma was better, seeing that there's a Darkseer in their team as well. But
well, yeah, Enigma does combo very well with Darkseer. That's probably the one thing. But Chen and Enchantress have much better early ganking as well as pushing, so they can kind of change up their styles a little bit. For example, a Tide is almost always, an Enigma is almost always going to have to just farm for the first 4 or so minutes, and especially if it's a long lane Tidehunter, it's not like they really want to shut him down. And so this kind of confuses me because I thought Pulse was for sure going to go do a tri-lane against it, but at least this way, Tidehunter is not going to have to worry about his first tower going down until the 4 or 5 minute mark when Enigma feels ready with the Soul Ring and decent levels in Edict. So there won't be any threat for his tower going down for a while at least, and that's maybe why they ended up banning out Chen Enchantress instead of Tidehunter. I'm sorry, Enigma, excuse me. Man, I'm going to like say Tidehunter for every hero for the rest of this game, I think.
Guacamole.
So Admiral Bulldog on the long lane has 2 last hits now. He's finally getting some EXP. Has been trying to pull the creeps over here for a while. EGM on the opposite lane, sitting at 1 last hit for him. Only level 2. Hasn't gotten a whole lot either. And Sven farming equally to Darkseer actually. And TA and Chaos Knight both slightly behind that. So just a slight disadvantage for Pulse so far. I'm not really sure how Batrider's been doing. He's at level 4, surprisingly. Has actually had some pretty darn good EXP despite being ward blocked pretty heavily. And now he's shifting to the top lane to hopefully counter push. He's got 2 levels of Firefly here, so he's going to probably run in front of his tower and then back up. So when the fire's there, there's no way they'll be able to push in.
Yeah, and
see if he feels safe.
It looks like he's just trying to deny them from pushing here.
Yep.
Just like you said. So that's pretty cool of him. What I really like is what Bulldog's doing. I'm not sure why how he's using trends effectively. Can you explain that to me?
What he's basically doing is spawning treants, and then he runs them over here between the 2 towers in the bot lane, and then he wants to pull the wave all the way through the jungle and to his tower. Once he gets it here in front of his tower, then the creep is in a safe place where he won't get ganked. Because if he was at the creep line right now, he would be at threat of dying. So what he's trying to do is pull the creep wave all the way through the jungle to him. But most players are pretty accustomed to this, so as soon as they see treants in the jungle at the start of the game, they'll start right-clicking them because they want them dead as fast as possible. Because all you want to do as a long lane solo, like a Nature's Prophet or a Lone Druid, is you just want to pull the creeps to a safe place that you could actually farm and not be at threat of dying to a tri-lane. So he's been able to do that a little bit this game. It's very similar to what the way TideHunter's playing, but it hasn't quite worked out. It's going okay though. I mean, nobody's died yet, and that's the main goal. So they're both doing okay. It's all about safe more than about trying to be greedy usually.
Yeah, we already have a Darkseer with a Soul Ring. I believe he has a bottle too. It must be on the chicken. Yeah, he's just refilling it at the fountain rather than trying to get the runes.
I like the bottle pickup actually. He's already got the soaring, so he's mana covered, but this guarantees that he has HP regen as well. And he is gonna rune controller or bottle corrode, excuse me. So he sends that back. 2 levels of surges, 3 iron shells. And the nice thing about this, compared to a Darkseer in the long lane, as we've seen in a couple of games the last couple of days, is sometimes Darkseer really does get delayed in his EXP, and that hurts his vacuum plus wall combos. And he's not gonna have EXP issues at all this game. He's gonna get to level 9 really, really fast and then get awfully close to walls. So that's gonna be cool seeing him in the mid lane instead.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday as well, I think. And yeah, do you think he's gonna start leveling vacuum a little bit more, or is he gonna get 4 levels Iron Shell before that?
He'll probably pick up 4 just because he's against TA. He actually has kill potential with it, so I think picking at 4 would be fine. And like I said, his levels are doing so fine here in the mid lane that he'll be okay. Eternal Envy on the bot lane gets caught though. See if Mini goes in. Here comes the stun, and the right clicks. First blood goes to Pulse. Regen getting the kill. That was a great ice path from Jakiro. That's exactly what led that off. So Jakiro with a nice ice path got the first stun. Actually, I think it was a flame break into an ice path. Actually, Mini now going for a possible double kill. Actually, he's going to tower dive a little, but takes some more right clicks from the tower. He's got a cell and
really nice flame break again. It almost seemed to me as if like I was waiting for the Jakiro or someone else to show up, and they never did. That's maybe what Mini was thinking of, because otherwise it was just a silly move.
Yeah, Mini really wanted to take the tower here. We're going to see a 3-second stun on Bulldog. Mini might fight this. Jakiro coming. 2 levels of Ice Path. Can he land it, though? It's going to land on Bulldog. He'll have a dual breath. Pinoy with the haste rune. This is going to be great for them. Bulldog is so low.
Save.
Mini is going to end up dying. Pinoy is going for it, though. There's the slow on Bulldog. He will get this for sure. Not done yet. S4 haste back. Or Surge's back, that is. And Pinoy is way gone. So 2 to 3 there. 2 heroes dead, and they got the deny. So that was a pretty solid play from N. But at least Pinoy showed up and took the 1 kill on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, that was almost a really cool save by the Rubik there. But yeah, ended up like killing the Nature's Prophet anyways.
Yeah, the haste was really crucial there. Really worked out. NB sitting at the top bot rune actually. Waiting for wards? Yes, he is. Waiting for some wards here. They didn't see the TA coming, I believe, so that turned out a little badly for them. Pino in the mid lane, Phase Boots Wand, and a bottle last hits are decent for him, 30. He didn't crush his lane. We usually see TAs crushing their lane unless they're against a hero like Barretter. So Darkseer got the job done, and pretty cool to see. Definitely a very, very nice hero counter. On the bot lane, Regen has treads, a couple stats as well. He's sitting 1-0-1, so fantastic game for him so far. Nice start. We'll see where he goes for item builds. Do you think, I don't know, what do you think he's going to get for builds from here? Do you think he's going to go for a drum or an armlet?
He's actually going drum, so I can't. But I would have guessed armlet. I'm not going to cheat.
I'll cheat. Come on, I cheat this shit. No
he has a drum in his stash.
A drum. He might be getting drum. Maybe. Well,
yeah,
I guess they have enough carry potential with the TA and him. They don't really have to worry about getting tons of damage potential to shut down a Sven. As long as they keep Sven stunned, it's not going to be a deal. And wow, Loda actually goes for a Hand of Midas this game. Very surprising. Different item build than what we've been seeing the past couple days. Usually just basic stuff like treads and Mask of Madness, BKB. But he's opting for the Midas. He gets attack speed from this, which is going to directly stack with his God Strength. A lot of carries sometimes don't actually need the attack speed much, but he will. He's going to have the attack speed up for his God Strength. So, and his items, he's going to be really scary late game essentially. And he just might outcarry the Chaos Knight very easily because of the Cleave. Cleave's going to go right through those illusions.
Oh, holy guacamole, he's about to get picked off though. Really nice gush and ice path on him, and he's gonna die.
Yeah, he didn't even try running there. He just kind of gave up on that one. Once the gush and the dual breath happened, he was like, okay, I'm gonna die. There's Arcane Boots now in Tidehunter. Ravage will be usable for him. Possible ganks from the Dire team. It's actually going to be S4. I love this. While the tower's pushing in, he knows he's not going to get any last hits, so he walks into the jungle, takes a small camp, steals it from Mini, and now Mini's in trouble. He's fire flying over the trees. There's the vacuum. S4 gets a free kill here. He's going to be pretty slowed for a bit. 2 seconds, and he's got another Surge. We'll see if Pinoy can get the damage off, and here comes the Surge on through. Great juking from him.
Yeah. It almost seemed as if Mini was thinking I'm going up against like not as like maybe a long lane or a jungle seer or something like that, but he had so many levels on him, like vacuum level 4 and Iron Shell level 4.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do at that point. And he didn't expect to see S4 there. He's like, why is Darkseer jungling in my camp? I think that was possibly a slight mistake, though, because I believe Darkseer did run through the middle of the lane, and he probably should have known that Darkseer might have been there. So, slight mistake from Mini there, but regardless, not something you expect to see very often. There's a slow Pinoy really wants to contest the rune, and who gets it? It's Darkseer bottling up the double damage. S4 playing so well this game, vacuums for the high ground.
Wow, that's awesome. I haven't seen that.
It's so frustrating because he's going to have to fly out a TP scroll all the way here unless somebody can transfer him one. So Maleficent on top of Batrider. He wants to chase down Aki. There's the first Reality Rift. Gush on Aki as well. Will he ravage this? Anchor Smash is enough. And Aki gets picked off a little out of position there. Batrider was able to flame break once again. One stun comes on Loda. 4 seconds. Drum Charge used as well. And he's trying to, Ice Path follow up. Loda's in a lot of trouble. Dual Breath now. Probably wishes he had more HP. Another Gush and Loda is crushed here on the top lane. Pulse is playing really well. And there's the TP finally from Pinoy.
Yeah, I actually have a question about that. Like that can happen with heroes like Darkseer and Rubik.
Yep.
But why not have someone just wait for the courier to come and kill it?
They couldn't there. They were being contested, obviously, but it's definitely something you can do. In a higher level game like this, it's probably not worth it because then you're dedicating one hero to just wait for a courier. And if you fail, then you're in a lot of trouble. So I would say in a normal game, in a normal pub game, go for it, but in a game like this, it's not worth it at all. It's more important to push towers and things like that. Pulse just taking the top tower, for example. Like, every hero is so crucial to be there where you need to be.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, like, if you're putting up a hero that's perhaps like isn't as valuable as TA being stuck there, if you get the deny on the chicken, it's gigantic, right?
It is because he wouldn't be able to leave for like what 3 minutes at least, unless somebody could transfer TP. But like there is the chance though that you'll mess it up, and not to mention they don't have the best heroes for killing courier. It takes about 3 hits at this level, so you would have to have pretty perfect positioning. Maybe if you flew over the Eidolons or something like that, I really don't see anybody from NoTideHunter being able to do it. There's no blinks, for example. You usually need a blink, and good players will keep an eye on their courier. So.
Right. Yeah, that is true.
More jungling happening from NoTideHunter, as we have Fishbone and EGM sitting ready to go. They've got Ravage, 2 levels of Gush as well, so they might walk into Loda. Actually, there's the ward going down. They can see him, but they think that he's got backup, and he really doesn't. So I guess
there's the other 2 heroes that would have been a 3-on-3, I suppose. I'm sure Jakiro, Tidehunter, and Batrider probably have the advantage there, huh?
They would have if they jumped on the Sven immediately, but it wouldn't have been safe because they probably only saw the Sven there. So just playing it safe. It's going to be ping on the mid lane. I don't know what that is. Regen trying to take a mid tower. And Pinoy in the bot lane once again being contested by Darkseer. Pops a regen. Still has 2 kills, 1 assist, playing great. TP into the mid lane as Regen's getting ganked here. He's going to pop his drum charge. He has used at least something. Oh, he must have reality rifted out of the sprout here to get out.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he reality rifted onto the Furion that actually sprouted him and then run away.
Very solid play from him. See if Loda gets caught. Couple hits on the tower. Flame Break's actually going to miss. Great juking from Loda. Is he going to ravage this? He might not have to. There's the stun. And I don't think they can catch him. Maybe Flame Break in 2, and they're not going to give up. All of the Dire team is coming. Aki coming in as well. There's the wall. Vacuum as well. EGM might not even want to ravage this because he's probably just going to die anyways, and he's not going to waste it. Mini looks like he's also going to go down. Flame Break comes down. He's still alive. 13 HP. Can he stay alive? Something's getting stolen. Flame Break comes. Going to grab him. Good usage there. That was a level 1 Flame Break, by the way, doing 75 damage.
That is funny. Admiral Bulldog was there to finish their job anyways, though.
Oh, that's right. He TP'd
right in
in.
front. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty funny.
All right, KDA, if we take a look at the graphs as well, looking like a really, really equal game. The maximum advantage this game has been 750 gold. That is nothing. 3,000 EXP advantage is actually on the Dire team, and this is because of their jungling situation that they started off with. Enigma, one of the best junglers in the game, can really accelerate his EXP gain. And also, Pulse has been grouping up and pushing more often, which usually means that you're going to take an EXP hit. They have two towers.
Things like trapping the TA helps.
Yeah, that's also true. Very true, that did make a difference. Looks like Enigma's going for mech first. Might be a gank bottom going on Bulldog. There's the stun. 4-second. Regen is going to crush this one. Wow. And that was an illusion rune, by the way. So that wasn't even his ulti. Those illusions do also come with him for a reality rift and a 4-second stun. So just major, major unlucky situation for Bulldog here.
Yeah, man. 4-second stuns are good.
Gush on Aki. Here comes the Ravage. Maybe he still isn't Ravage yet. They're going on Aki. Does he even have to? There's the vacuum. Might be in trouble. He puts the Ravage down. Great play from EGM. Barely in time. His S4 is escaping. No disables to stop him. There's the traps and more slows, and now he is finally not moving. Pino goes to the high ground. There's, oh, the Ravage gets stolen back from Envy. He apparently got it, but I don't think, oh, he does get the TA before he goes down. So solid steal from Envy. Mini gets low as Loda comes in to cleave. Oh my god, he's cleaning up, and everybody dies somehow. They were able to turn the fight. The Ravage steal.
Holy.
And Loda showing up at the right time there. I didn't think that was going to go like that. I thought that fight was over there.
Yeah, I was starting to feel sorry for the Enigma because it looked like he casted the hole and it got interrupted right away by the Ravage. I don't know if that was even meant to happen. I don't know if the Tidehunter meant for that to happen.
Yeah.
Like wait till the animation is starting and then cast. Is that even possible?
He basically knew he was in a bad spot. As soon as the vacuum happened and Enigma was at half HP next to him, you know that the Black Hole is coming, and he had to Ravage that, because if he Ravages, Enigma's 100% stunned because he was so close. So it was smart play from EGM. As soon as the vacuum happened, he spammed that thing. But the downside was that the Black Hole did mini-stun, or at least interrupt the tide long enough for the Ravage to get stolen by Eternal Envy. And that's what turned the fight as well. They ravaged a couple heroes. They ended up killing Templar Assassin and keeping people alive long enough for the Sven to come in and clean up. So that was such a close team fight. And great plays from Eternal Envy to steal the Ravage and turn that around. That was huge.
That was insane, yeah. We have Sven with a Morbid mask, but it looks like he's getting an overclap probably for a BKB.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So is he just gonna be running with a normal Morbid mask? Do you think he's gonna finish that? Maybe get a Helm of Dominator or even a Mask of Madness would be okay on this hero.
It's a little peculiar to see both of these picked up first, but he probably just said, I want lifesteal and I want more survivability, more than I want a Mask of Madness right away. I expect he'll get the Mask. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe he's not that concerned with the Mask of Madness. I mean, the lifesteal is pretty solid. He might just go BKB lifesteal. It's only 900 gold, it only delays you slightly, and since he hits for about 200 damage, the lifesteal can be pretty solid. So I think he might just sit on this, especially because he's got the gold and an Aegis. He doesn't need buyback right now, so that's my assumption, at least, is that he's just going to sit on the mask until he's got BKB. Just player choice, that's about it. The only thing to say about it. S4 has 2 levels of his ulti, by the way. Ice Path's going to whiff, actually. So he does actually walk into it. Second later, Mini might ulti this. He's thinking about it. Loda's there to protect, throw stun if needed. And now they might get closer. Iron Shell's on Sven. No Black Hole, 40 seconds. Cooldown for that one. Magic Stick and Mech now on Aki.
Yep. Ravage is up, though.
Alright, they could maybe fight this. I think they could, possibly. I mean, there's going to be no Black Hole. They're a little scared, though. There's the Ice Path. 5 stacks on Loda. This is how they need to start off. Think of the damage that's going to come to Loda as soon as he comes in for Firefly. First stun. There's the vacuum. AGM, oh, the Ravage is still headed, but they're going to return fire. Going on Envy. There's the Ice Path. Dual Breath as well, and they're getting so low. Sven's first death has happened. Darkseer's will stun on Aki, and Aki's going to get crushed here. Easily picked off another Reality Rift, trying to finish off Envy. He has stolen the Rift, doesn't have Ravage. He does get killed. Oh, almost a TP out from Nature's Prophet, but he gets killed by Templar Assassin. And Pulse does win that fight. I think they realized that NoTideHunter still had the Ravage, which is why they were a little hesitant there. But they were able to win the fight. It was perfect. They both ravaged each other. They broke even on that, so nobody got an advantage during the stuns. And from there, Pulse was able to take down Sven really quickly as well.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, the Ravage by the Rubik kind of makes up for the lack of Black Hole there.
Yeah,
so
totally.
you know, I expect other fights to be just as exciting as close, but like it's pretty awesome that like NoTideHunter takes a fight and then the next second like Pulse takes a fight decisively both times. Really nice reaction by Rishon there by TPing right away to the fight.
Yeah, it's always very crucial to have a lot of heroes. Was he farming before the fight happened? I didn't even notice, but
yeah, he was at middle. So was Nature's Prophet.
Okay. Yeah, it's very crucial. If your carries can farm up until the point that the team fight happens without being late, that's exactly what you want to see out of your carries, and it's so crucial because that's an extra level that might be a little bit more gold that can pay off and get your core item up faster before you get killed, something like that. Every little bit helps. Let's look at some graphs while we're waiting and pause. We had a disconnect out of the Enigma. The gold graph difference is only 600 gold right now. It was at a 2,000, 2,500 gold difference in terms of NoTideHunter, but after that team fight swing on the bot lane, it's back down to pretty much 0. With the dire team only a bit ahead.
Did you open the net worth graph yet?
Nope, I have not.
Okay, we'll bet tacos on this.
All right.
Who's the most, like, name the 3 most.
Oh, I just opened it. I'm sorry, I cheated.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no kidding. I didn't understand. I didn't realize we were going to make it into a bet right away. So I opened it. I was like, oh, people are going to want to see what he's talking about. And then I opened it. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chaos Knight's in the lead. I mean, it's not that hard to predict, to be honest. Chaos Knight and Sven were going to be the highest because they were jungling. They were essentially farming the whole game. Enigma's a little bit lower than I expected to be, but he's had kind of a rough game. And Darkseer's had definitely a solid game as well. As TA doing okay as well. So I could have just looked at the KD charts and gotten ideas that way.
Yeah, TA's doing actually a little bit better than I thought he would be doing.
Yeah, me too.
And so is TideHunter, kind of.
TideHunter?
No surprise, I suppose.
Yeah, for long lane.
He's doing a little bit better than the
Enigma. He's not doing bad. He's actually going mech, by the way. Kind of an interesting build. We don't see this very often on TideHunter, but he can't afford it once he gets Arcane Boots. He's actually got more than enough mana once he has Arcane Boots. So the game's going to resume here. We'll get back into it. I'm going to continue farming this up. Mech is going to be nice, and he's very close to level 11 as well. Top tower being pushed, though. Loda's going to put the Madness down. He does go Mask of Madness before finishing the BKB. He actually misses the last hit, just barely.
What a noob.
Yeah, total noob, obviously. And BKB next, so he just needs 1,300 gold, and he's going to have it. He's going to TP to the bot lane. It's a big way here for him to farm. And that's going to get spotted, as Admiral Bulldog also continues farming. So both teams just kind of being passive right now, taking the time to farm up a bit. Both teams okay with the trades. It's hard to defend tier 1 towers, especially against the Sven. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, Sven's such a good hero.
He's getting ganked, though. He puts the Warcry on the 4 levels of Warcry. So much armor. Follow-up stun, and he's still alive. Oh my God, he is hard to gank. That
like
was so much.
Turned around and fought there. He might have lived with, like, he never died. Wow, that took a while.
Yeah, Warcry's really good. It is 16 armor for 8 seconds. That's insane. And if we remember, I said how much armor that is the other day. It's about 6% per armor. So he's getting like what? That basically just about doubles his survivability against physical damage for 8 seconds. If all you take is physical damage, which was what most of that was. And we saw it. That was a farmed Chaos Knight taking forever to get a kill.
Yeah, that was really amazing. And Warcry, it's kind of like an aura spell, right? It's like you use it on everyone around you.
Yeah,
not
it's
just
an
yourself.
AoE. 900 AoE.
AoE, there you go.
That's huge. That's like the whole screen,
so
more or less.
That is actually insane. And it gives you movement speed.
Yep. Recently buffed and buffed and buffed until finally people are like, okay, the Warcry is too good to ignore. 16 armor, 12 bonus speed. That's a Yasha movement speed, by the way, and huge radius. The cooldown is only 18, so you can have it up 8 seconds out of 18. And the mana cost is non-existent, basically. So really, really good skill. And it did keep him alive for a long time, but not quite enough. And yeah, maybe he should have fought, but he didn't have his ulti. That was the important part, because he used it to kill the tower top. So I know that he didn't have it when they ended up coming. So his best choice was running.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is like the epitome of why I really like Sven, though. Like, Warcry is fantastic. The Stormhammer is an AoE stun.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's awesome. He has cleave, and his ult is pretty decent. He outputs so much DPS, and is still like pretty useful, like at initiating, at running away even. I don't know. I think it should be like one of the first pick materials. I hope it starts seeing more play.
Yeah, in terms of the pro scene, where you get to actually choose lanes, I think he's definitely an effective hero. Sometimes you can find issues in pubs because he's not the best lane contributor, because he literally has 1 or 2 stuns tops before he runs out of mana. He's actually going to go for the bot tower, pops his ulti, And they're going to possibly trade for the tier 2. Yeah, Pulse is going to try to take the tier 2 for the tier 1, which is a solid trade. And yeah, Loda will get the last hit on the tower. They're not going to be able to fight this. They're not even trying to teleport. And they might turn this into a Rax push even. We'll see.
Yeah, we see Bulldog and Loda still pushing bottom actually. Everyone, NoTideHunter actually has no TP. So that's a little bit of a problem. EGM with a little bit of a mistake not having a TP, they're really gonna like need the Ravage if they're gonna hope.
And I don't even know if they care. They'll lose a tier 2 for a Rax. Here's the wall. That's going to buy him time. There goes big stun. Regen taking the damage. He's the important hero. The mech gets popped as well by EGM. They're going to pull Loda back. The right clicks. Loda doesn't have his ulti up, by the way. He used it to kill the bot tower, so now he doesn't have a fight. And again, we see another disconnect, this time from Enigma again. So another disconnect from Enigma. They need the black hole, but they have pushed back Pulse, at least for the time being. This wall is going to be up for 30 seconds, and as soon as that's over, I expect them to go right back in.
Yeah, it was pretty bad timing to disconnect, but he is now back. Aki actually going for a mechanism, and he looks to be going for a BKB before dagger, which at this point I completely agree with. Yeah, the dagger does seem late though. Do you usually like go BKB then dagger and then mechanism, or is mechanism the right call here? You think?
Mech after Soul Ring is almost always the right call by far. The reason he's going BKB right after is because he knows that if he black holes and with a BKB and he doesn't catch TideHunter, he will get stunned. And they also have Jakiro, so they have really long range disables essentially. And if he gets a magic immunity, if he gets a BKB, he knows he can't be stunned except from Batrider. So he's pretty much just saying, I want to guaranteed be able to get a black hole off in this team fight.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what mechanism does early game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like back in the day, you used to just get like dagger right away, but then Enigma is so very squishy, and if they stop you from blinking in, then you know you're pretty much useless.
Exactly.
So people started going mechanism, so you can tank a little bit more damage and just kind of walk in and black hole.
Yeah, it gives you so much more time to decide when the BKB is, or when the black hole is the right moment. And I'm a huge advocate of mech first actually against when playing Enigma, because it really does buy you a lot of time, and it makes sure that your HP is always full, regardless of using Soul Ring. It's just all around the best build to go, in my opinion. Love how EGM's tanking this up for Pulse here, or for Regen, or Pino, I'm sorry. Just say every single name until I get the right one. Really cool. Let's look at the graphs after the team fight. They didn't want to stay. They did use Chaos Knight ulti when they went in, and Darkseer ended up doing a wall vacuum, so that might be why they left. They said, okay, it's not worth it. If Darkseers were here, we can't deal with this. And Darkseer, one of the scariest heroes to push against, because he can do that. If you try to push in, he'll just wall you with vacuum, and then you have to back off because the illusions are too good.
Definitely. Who was stacking that camp, by the way? I completely missed that.
The Ancient? No idea. Somebody on Pulse. Might have been one of the supports. Maybe they just ran past occasionally and did it. But it's something that if you're a really awesome support player, just keep an eye on the clock. If you're walking past a camp and it's 52 seconds, you pull it. Might as well. Because at some point your allies are going to come by and take the farm, most likely.
Yeah, or even a little bit later. I think it works sometimes up to like 54 seconds or so.
Yeah. Yep. Loda now, no new items for him. BKB's finished, of course. He had that last team fight, though. Up to 1,600 gold is cleaving for 70% now. 70% cleave, pretty good. Next item. I would love to see either a Daedalus or an AC. I think an AC would actually be the way to go this game, though, because the armor would just make him nearly unkillable. We saw him with the Warcry. Imagine another 15 armor on top of that. And especially the Radiant team, they have a lot of physical damage. Granted, there is a Jakiro who is almost all magic damage. But I think an AC is going to go a long ways towards making him survivable against the Chaos Knight as well as the TA.
Definitely. As far as armor reduction, they don't have much right now. I mean, TA is far away from anything from like Desolator or anything like that. So just Gush, right? That's about it.
And Meld Strike from TA.
Oh, correct. How much armor does that take?
8, I believe. And that lasts for I think 7 seconds or something. Might be an engaged bottom. Regen actually gets vacuumed and he puts his ulti. BKBs as well. They're just going to fight it. Oh my god. He just crushed on Bulldog. The Ravage misses everybody. Actually, Aki looking for a black hole. He's about to cast it. Gets to EGM as well as Regen. Regen's getting hooked off. Flame Break pushes him back as well, and Mini trying to do some damage over time. This looks like a lost fight for Pulse. Batrider's the second, the second to go down. EGM being right click. Somebody else popping a BKB blinking. It's Pinoy. Pinoy a little late to the fight. Earn charge on Aki as well. Huge macro pyre on 4 heroes, and another vacuum as Pinoy really wants to get a kill. Aki's going to go down, though, and Envy is going to get picked off by 1 hit on Pinoy.
Oh, guacamole. That keeps happening, man. These fights are like the most exciting thing ever.
Yeah, pro Dota, it's pretty cool. Bulldog bought back. I believe he died really fast and bought back into the game. He TP'd in, didn't accomplish anything, and escapes again as he goes back to the top lane. So Bulldog unable to do a whole lot there, but pretty solid initiation by the Dire team. The Black Hole was decent, but the Flame Break came from the Bat Rider, and that stopped him. I'm sure he wished that he had his BKB there, but not quite close enough. His Black Hole was solid, though.
Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, if it looked when the Bat Rider like casted that like the Flame Break, it really looked like the fight was completely lost for Pulse, and they were just backing, and then out of nowhere, Holy Guacamole shows up and just destroys everything.
Yeah, TA did really did do a great job there. He's got his lesser crit now as well. There looks like they might try to fight this. Here's the Shivas from the high ground. Not very often you see Darks are able to afford this item. Can they catch Pinoy? There's the vacuum. Puts him down. First stun lands. Great Force Staff is able to buy him a second. Mini goes in. Puts the ulti down on somebody, but it looks like it broke. Actually, Lotus getting so low. The physical damage is so much. The cleave. Oh my god. TA just died. The Rift again pulling S4 back in region. Wants to get a kill. Looking for a stun. Might be high ground Aki. Yes, it is 3 seconds, but he's getting really low. He's going to have to armlet toggle when he gets down a bit. And here's the Ice Path. Reflection from Envy, and that's the kill. Chaos Knight goes down. Another good Force Staff from Fishbone going high ground. And looking for the TP from Bulldog, but he's got a juke. Aki's going to spot, though, with the Surge. And Malphus, Fishbone's not making it out of here alive.
Yep, and now decisive team fight going for what's NTH. That was and again, that keeps happening. It's like they turn around one fight, and then the other one happens, and the other team like destroys. And it's like the same heroes, the same items, and the team fights are going so like one-sided up now. It's amazing.
Yeah, the graphs are starting to look in NoTideHunter's favor, though. They did lose the Sven there, but I think they didn't lose a whole lot else other than that. A lot of Radiant teams dying. Chaos Knight did kill Sven, and I think that was it. The main issue, I think, I didn't see TA die. I saw her die, but I don't see what killed her. I think it was Sven Cleave. He was right-clicking against the Chaos Knight, I believe. But the cleave probably came through and crushed him. And I think that's what happened. I bet Refraction ran out, and all of a sudden a couple of cleaves and some AoE damage, and he died. So when TA died, that's when the fight got turned really hard, because they need that damage output there with the Chaos Knight.
Yeah, Loda really is so much damage before dying there. They really gotta be careful with the position there. It's like he like takes a few shots at that 3 heroes stacked, and they're all dead.
Yeah, the cleave is so ridiculous. I would love to see maybe a Vlad's as well for Pulse. They're going to smoke up. They know that they're a little behind. They need to win a team fight. A lot of the heroes don't have that much armor, at least Jakiro especially. Bat Rider's not sitting super hot, nor is TideHunter. And they're going to run past the mid lane. There's a DD up on TA, so if they can initiate... where did they smoke? I don't know if it was within range of the Ancients or not, but NoTideHunter is playing it really safe right now. They're positioning. They know that something's up. They look at the map and they say there's no heroes, and the mid lane is pushed a bit, and nobody's contesting this. They're assuming that there is a smoke ink going on, but I love what Fishbone's doing here. He says, okay, failed smoke ink. I'm going to go put wards in weird places and never know where I put them. And especially very, very uncommon spots. These are never going to get dewarded here. This one as well as the top one. Just great ward positioning.
Yeah, and that's all about them not getting dewarded, pretty much like you said. I mean, this one not so great. How do you make... Oh, there we go.
Control.
Yeah. Awesome.
I can't see where you're trying.
Awesome.
Oh, I see it. It's not on the map. I just have to find it. Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Exclamation point. Yeah, that one might get counter-worded. But if you look at the vision, they have this huge area of the map. They basically split the map in half vertically, as did the Dire team, actually. And that's going to be where they can farm effectively. Roshan Control is still in the Dire teams, but they don't really care because Roshan's obviously not there.
Yeah, all of the Dire is walking in full vision of the Radiant right now. So for like purposes, the Radiant is hacking right now.
Yep.
And yeah, that's awesome. But they're really not. There's really not a lot that they can do about it.
I would love to see a gem out of either team. Actually, the gem's the best way to find obscure ward places. Wow, we have Envy still dropping down observer wards on the ancient spots. They're like actually planning this game out in the long term. They say, well, we have semi-equal carry potential. If we stop their ancient camp from spawning, this is going to be 500, 600 gold over the course of the next 6 minutes that doesn't get farmed. And that's totally worth it for a 100 gold ward. Assuming it doesn't get countered, of course, but pretty cool and very thoughtful.
Especially because it's the supports buying the wards, and you know the carry is getting the potential farm. So that is pretty cool. I've actually never seen a ward there, and that's because I don't watch many like Dota 2 pro games. But yeah, that's really clever.
Yeah, it's very common against early ancient stackers. Like, for example, if you do see your opponent, like a good player, getting a Dragonite with the Helm of the Dominator, sometimes they will put an Observer Ward there. The most common example is probably a Beastmaster, because Beastmaster will always stack Ancients in the early game, and they always put an Observer Ward down now against Beastmaster, because there was a couple weeks, a week or two, where people were just picking Beastmaster long lane and getting insane farm from the Ancient stacks. Like, they were getting more farm than the hard carries in a long lane, just because they would kill like a 7-stack ancient camp and all of a sudden be level 11, and everybody would be like, why does that Beastmaster have full items already?
Yeah, that is pretty insane.
So
Eternal Envy, like you said, just got a gem and pretty much dewarded his entire jungle.
Nice. Very crucial. Definitely worth the 700 gold. Even if you lose the gem after you kill 5 or 6 wards, completely worth it. They're going to find Regen actually running through the jungle. He might have to BKB this. There's the first Malphite. He'll BKB now because he knows that he's going to be in trouble, and he does pop it. We'll see if he ults. He's just going to TP. So this is going to cost him a BKB charge, but not the end of the world. For NoTideHunter, they know they can fight now because he's going to have that on cooldown for about 70 seconds here. So they're going to try to push in and take this tier 2 as a result of finding that hero.
And they're going to take it pretty easily.
Sven has his Daedalus finished. He's going to pick up his Hand of Midas again. And 1,500 gold. I think he does need to get AC next. AC or Heart. He could maybe just get Heart this next. That would increase his crit a lot more.
Yeah, he also has the Aegis, so he's not going to care if he dies. I think the Aegis is a pretty good spot if they don't mess anything up. We see the Enigma sitting there in the back waiting for the perfect black hole, but he does have his BKB, but still no what you call it.
Man, their positioning spells are so good. There's the ulti. They're going to fight now. BKB's pop. There's the vacuum. Puts him in as well. They pull Loda back, actually. That's going to disable a lot of his BKB. The first Ravage does the anchor smash. He steals Ravage. Eternal Envy's going to be able to return fire, but the Black Hole catches so many. And he sends it back in with the Blink Dagger. Oh my god, the Ravage on so many heroes. Buyback from Chaos Knight. EGM's going to go down next. Gem is on the ground. Eternal Envy's done his job, though. But will Admiral Bulldog survive? Flame Break pulls Enigma back, and the chase is not over. Pulse buying back everybody. 2 heroes, not even just one. There's the last kill on Bulldog, and I think Darkster will get out. Great plays from Envy here. He has been practicing his Rubik. Oh my gosh. Stealing so many Ravages this game. And honestly, Tidehunter, he anchor smashed right after it. I saw it. But it was perfect timing from Envy, and he had the Blink Dagger, able to return that fire, which is fabulous. But they still lost the fight.
That was amazing. To be completely honest, I don't know what was going on for about a good 20 seconds of that fight. It was like, there's just too much on the screen. The buybacks and all the ults and stealing the Ravage. Oh my god, that was awesome.
Yeah, the main reason that Pulse did end up winning that, though, they lost Chaos Knight and I believe Tidehunter, and they both bought back. So that cost them a lot of gold, but it's going to get them at least a tier 2 tower. The Dire team, if they would have bought back, it wouldn't have been worth it. Their only person that can buy back and still fight an aggressive stance like that is going to be Nature's Prophet. Everybody else would have had to walk there. So Pulse is okay buying back. It's going to hurt them in the long run, but at least for now, they're going to be able to pick off a tower. And Jakiro takes the last outer tower.
Yeah, should probably be letting Chaos Knight take it, but they're concerned with the Dire respawning, so they just want to kill it as fast as possible and get out.
And they do have the gem on Jakiro now, so didn't have to buy one. One smoke from the Dire team. See if they can catch anybody. It might be Fishbone. He's going for an Observer, and this is going to be his death here. Going to be a blink. No, Loda comes first. Stun's going to land on only one. Just going to be EGM, actually. Ice Path, this might save him, perhaps, but a BKB from Loda. Nice play there. He saw the Ice Path coming. He wanted that kill for sure. And they're not done yet. Fishbone is running. Nope, they're going to give up. Don't want to overextend too far. That would have been scary going uphill. Pinoy's being...
Yep. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, okay. So that was his plan.
Yep. He's got Blink and
Nature's
BKB.
Prophet almost TPing right next to him to reveal him.
Yeah, would have been what we would have seen if he would have gotten him. He could have sprouted for vision or made Treants, but it would have been a little gambling. Instead, he just opts for farming, which is a smart choice. Because if he missed, he would have been sitting there for quite a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of delayed items on him too. No sheep yet for Prophet. But he has had a rough game, and he started off lane, most importantly. Does limit his farm a bit. And he still went 4-stat, by the way, despite it being nerfed towards into damage dealers. Here's like Nature's Prophet and Invoker. The 4-stat's not as good, but he still opts for it.
Yeah, that's going to give him a little bit more survivability at least. So that's cool for him.
Check out some more players. Ancients are missing. Fishbone's going to end up counterwording this with his gem. He didn't end up dying from that, by the way, so they didn't lose the gem. They only lost the Tidehunter. Totally good trade. And EGM, by the way, after his buyback, it looked like he was saving for Blink. He ends up getting an Ogre Club instead, so he might just get a BKB, which is going to guarantee that he is able to Anchor Smash after the initiation. On the bot lane, Pinoy is getting ganked. Not good for Pulse. 24-21 now.
Yeah, I mean, the score is still pretty close. But and despite Pulse taking that fight so decisively, so they're behind.
They did buy back 2, so they lost gold from that. The farm rate of the Dire team is pretty solid as well. There's a huge jump up from EXP because they killed more heroes than they lost. But they're slightly, I don't know. The map control is looking okay for Pulse. The Dire team's playing more aggressive, and they just lost the Templar Assassin. And whenever hero dies this late, it gives the enemy team time to do something, basically. So now, as you can see, a lot of the raiding team is sitting in a very safe position. They don't want to overextend because they're down a hero already. If they lost 2, it would be a Rax. So they've got to play very, very careful.
Okay.
It's still pretty even, though. It can still go both ways, totally. I don't see it. This game is not over by any means, and I'm telling you guys that completely honestly. It all comes down to the next 2 or 3 team fights. If one team can win 2 team fights in a row, that's when things get really, really hard. But if they keep going one-off like they have been all game, this game is not going to end anytime soon.
I mean, are you trying to bet tacos against me again?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
But maybe I would. I really don't know who's going to win this, to be honest. Sven has probably the harder carry potential, but it all comes down to the initiation. They've got black holes. There's a BKB on Enigma. He's almost got a Blink Dagger. If he gets a Blink Dagger, he could just BKB black hole 4 people and win the fight there. It could be Pulse jumping in with Chaos Knight and picking off some core heroes. Maybe they can stun Sven before he uses his BKB and he gets killed without buyback. He's got buyback right now, but I mean, that's all it takes is something like that to win the team fights.
Yeah, it really comes down to a lot of like clutch plays from heroes that. This is such an exciting game because of the picks as well. I mean, there's an Enigma, there's a Rubik with a Tidehunter on the other team. Ice Path, Macro Pyre, great spells as well. Even the Lasso can be used really creatively. So yeah, and there's the wall and the vacuum. So it really comes down to initiation, like you said, and like who uses their spells better. And the Rubik is gonna play a great part, I feel like, too.
And he has been already. He's doing a great job, especially with Blink Dagger. He doesn't have a whole lot of farm or survivability, but he's got Blink and he's got the no field. Also very important, 20% magic resistance to his whole team. Not to mention, throw that on top of Warcry. Something cool about the heroes. They're going in. There's the stun on EGM. BKB's everywhere. They're right-clicking. Loda's fighting the illusions. The illusions are gone, but he's cleaving through him so fast. Big ulti, but the black hole is going to stop it and goes all the way through. EGM is low, puts the Ravage down, finally catches a few heroes. Eternal Envy has the Anchor Smash. It looks like he has probably buybacks coming. Bat Rider first. Chaos Knight somehow still not dead yet. There's the Rift through. He wants to fight Bulldog. He's not done yet. The right clicks. Bulldog gets low. Bulldog goes down. Region not dead yet. Another telekinesis from Eternal Envy. He's trying to get the kill, but he doesn't. He ends up getting picked off, and it looks like Pulse is going to win the fight.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy fight. Sven going back in though, and Bulldog fighting back as well and coming back in. Really nice ice wall.
Oh, Loda's getting low though.
Play.
Oh, you're doing a good job, man. Whatever.
No, I'm doing
Loda is so low, and Anchor Smash puts him. He throws the stun and gets killed. And Pulse is winning it. This is with buybacks from NoTideHunter, and this could be what they need. Bulldog with one more Sprout. He's trying to TP out, and there's the Ice Path. That's 3 dead heroes. Let's check buyback status here, but it's not looking good. No buyback on Sven. No buyback on Prophet. That's 70 seconds without 2 core heroes, and everybody from Pulse is up.
That is huge, and those heroes just they just fought back, so that this fight was like twice as awesome for Pulse really, and now they're gonna easily take them the mids, the racks, and possibly this could be the end of the game. I mean, there is 50 seconds on like you said, 2 crucial heroes, and there's not gonna be a black hole for any time soon, making Enigma almost useless. I mean, it feels like this is game, right?
Yeah, they're going to get at least 2 melee barracks out of this. That's why they left the mid one. They know that it'll die eventually. Doesn't matter if it doesn't get grabbed. S4 gets pulled back, actually. Ice Path, and this is going to be a good game, if anything. Yeah. 3 core heroes now dead. Top Rex is done. I don't think they're going to give up here. I think they can take a triple Rex right now off of that one team fight.
Yep, they really should. They might just try to throne it here. I mean, the Darkseer was the only potential that the Dire had for holding here with Wool and Vacuum, because Wool was like 1 second away from being up. I'm sure that's what he was waiting for, and then he like got blinked on and lassoed. So really unfortunate for him, and they're just gonna throw it right here.
Aki's gonna throw a Malphus. Oh, the crits, man. He's dying so fast. Another stun. Loda's gonna try to grab him, and he does. 1400 crit here. Ancient is low. He's gonna try to defend it. It's not over yet. The Bulldog's low, Region's low, Region out of mana, he doesn't have Aegis, EGM, and a lot of trouble. Ice Pat's gonna buy him a second though, Bulldog goes down. He just has to juke. BKB's off, and I think, oh, he cleaves immediately, Chaos Knight goes down. Pinoy reflecting damage, there's the Ravage, saves them, and 5 heroes dead, and that is gonna be it. Nothing they can do now. Good game is called by NoTideHunter, and Pulse takes game 1. That was
an awesome game, dude.
That was a really good game. Going all the way down, and that's it. Back and forth all game, and finally Pulse has a great team fight. I think the crucial moment was in that last fight by the mid-river.
That Rider, man, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's way down there.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, awesome.
I think the crucial moment was that Chaos Knight did not get killed. His illusions got crushed by the Sven, but he was able to stay alive that entire time. He never had to buy back. Sven died, was forced to buy back, and then he died again because he didn't have BKB the second fight, and that was so important, and that was why they were able to win the fight. They kept Chaos Knight alive, and they kept getting kills. So that's game 1, Pulse versus NoTideHunter. We're coming back in a second. This is going to be a best of 3, of course. This is the Avermedia Cup, guys. If you guys are looking to purchase an Avermedia capture card, I'm streaming with one right now. Head on over to this promo code here. There's a bit.ly AVM promo. You can go use that code ROOT.CatZ to get $35 off the regular price. That's a huge price difference. I think that's like 20% off, something like that. Tons of money saved there. And we'll be back in just a second with Game 2. Don't go anywhere.